Okay, and we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to BWTM Sports Live. We have with us the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Bermane Stiverne. Bermane, how are you doing?
Greetings. How you doing?
I'm good, champ. How you been?
I'm doing great.
So you were over in Vegas weekend for the big fight between Ward and Kovalev, the rematch.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
What were your thoughts going into that fight?
It was well, to me, I had a hard losing fight. Uh, Came back and got the victory. But to me, he was behind on the scorecard. But you know, did great. Came back and worked the body like he did.
Okay. What were your thoughts about the stoppage?
I mean, Cole got hit, with the body, and then I think he bent over and was not responding to the attack. So the referee stopped the fight. So, what are my thoughts? I first thought that the blows were a little low, but on the replay, when you look at the replay, the shots are right on the belt. So these are legal punches. So
Well, the commission has said that they have looked at the tapes over and over again, and as far as they are concerned, they were legal shots. They were not illegal shots, and they are happy with what they saw, and it was a good stoppage by Tony Weeks. That's what the commission said.
well, that's what I was saying before the replay. If you look at if you look at the fight on TV, or if you were live in the arena, it looked like it was low, but on the replay, thank God for replay. Um, it shows that it was right on the belt, and they were legal.
Kathy Duva is going to be supposedly putting in a complaint.
She always do that.
Oh, she has a history of it, has she?
Oh yeah, she's just like her father.
Okay.
They don't. I don't say that in a bad way. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
They don't go out without a fight. If they go out swinging.
What did you make of the contract of Kovalev? Supposedly rumored that Kovalev wasn't getting a penny on his contract, but basically got his money through pay-per-view sales and gate sales. What are your thoughts on that as a fighter?
I heard something like that. But I heard he didn't have a guaranteed purse. But I don't know. I don't know what that meant. I don't even know if that was legal.
Well, according to Fonfara, the light heavyweight, he says that Kathy Duva put in one contract $1, and he had to meet them after gate sales. That's what Fonfara said before he left them. $1.
Shit. I don't know. Is that legal?
I don't know, but he left her.
I have no idea. But I don't know. We should ask the commission, because I don't know. Don't the commission require a certain type of? I don't know.
They say they make the money for your commission on the gate.
I can't really dispute or talk about it, because I don't know how it works. But I do know that you should have. Because it's funny, because I saw something on social media, like everybody's purse was there, and then Kovalev's purse is the only one that was blank. There was no numbers, nothing.
Okay, so let's talk. The main talking point at the moment, as you've probably gathered already, Eddie Hearn has put in a rumored $3.5 million bid for his fighter Dillian White to face Deontay Wilder.
A bid.
An offer, a huge offer. Quote, quote.
To who?
To Deontay Wilder.
Right. He can make the offer as long as it happens after I fight. He's allowed to do whatever he wants to do. But
Okay.
then it comes from Adrian, so you get come out of his mouth.
Well, thing is, nobody's sure. Even though you keep talking and saying it's a mandatory, and everyone knows it's a mandatory, Deontay Wilder is still talking about Joseph Parker. He's talking about fighting this person. He's talking about Dillian White, unification with Joshua. What is going on?
Obviously, we all know why he talks like that. You know, you gotta lay off the weed. Well, Roman has to fight Fury. Joshua is scheduled to fight for a rematch. So where the hell you get all these stories? Parker has been notorious to fight
Fury.
What's his name? Fury. When is it? The Falls? Something like that.
Yeah, in September, I believe.
Right. That's his mandatory. And obviously he just pull out, you know, his stories out of his ass.
So Mauricio Suleiman guaranteed to set the fight is on the WBC mandatory. Why are these stories still leaking out of all these potential fights?
So what?
Why are all these stories leaking out of all these potential fights if yourself is guaranteed for a fight date with
what is Mauricio said?
No, Mauricio said that the fight is on. Did he not?
Right. I mean that's who you should believe. It comes out from the president. So why even acknowledging anybody else that says anything against or the contrary of what Mauricio is saying?
Supposedly, again, I don't know how true this is. Mauricio and Mr. Hearn met and they had a conversation. So I hear. Don't know how true that is either.
Yeah. Well, like I said, whatever come out Eddie Hearn's mouth, you can never rely on that.
Well, he knew your purse bids before you knew your purse bid. Remember, for the Povetkin fight.
Exactly, and he offered me twice the money, something like that. But you know, there's always somebody that Eddie Hearn's friend feels like he can talk the way he talk because you know he has Joshua and he has what's the other one? The one that beat he has Joshua and Tony Bellew.
Bellew, yeah.
So obviously, Hearn thinks that he's the man per se, you know. So he feels like he could add, you know, and lie or promote lies and have people believe in what he's saying.
So tell us, up to speed, where are you in negotiations? Where are you with dates, times, fight? What is going on? Where are you? Where are we?
Well, there's a few dates that's been mentioned.
Okay.
All I can tell right now is this is happening. There's no way around it. That I can guarantee. So, you know, it's not, the delay is not on our, it's not our fault, or we're not responsible for the delay. They are. That's all I can say. I can tell you what's going on my end.
What's going on your end?
I'm done.
Contracts are signed.
Mine is signed.
So what else do you have to do? Just wait.
What else I got to do is train.
Well, we know you've been training, and every day you're training.
No, we're being careful. Don't worry, we're being careful because whatever happened, you know, I got the first fight. I was.
But you're breaking up. Sorry, you're gonna start again because you're breaking up.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Just, but you were breaking up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm being careful now because the first fight, a month and a half or maybe 2 months before the fight, I was already in shape and ready to go. And, you know, I kept going and going and I overtrained. But that's not going to happen. So, being careful right now. And, like I said, right now there's a few dates that's been mentioned and location. And that's where they're at right now. So,
okay,
it's just a matter of time now.
Okay, I've got one of our correspondents, Eugene, in the room. Shout out to Eugene. He asked the question, what's more important to you, Bermane, to expose Wilder or to get your title back?
Both. Both of them.
Andre Ward is talking about moving to heavyweight. Is that a fight that you would entertain? You're breaking up again. Hold on. You're breaking up for me.
What's his name again? I forgot his name.
Andre Ward.
No, his trainer.
Virgil Hunter.
Yes. So, you know, statement that Ward would be able to outbox Joshua.
Okay.
I mean, there's many lighter weights, like high heavyweights or even super middleweight that could fight a heavyweight and outbox the heavyweight. But that's not where the main to outbox somebody is always easy for a lighter weight, or you know. But the thing is, can the Ward take a shot? You know, what matters in the heavyweight division is that one punch that could, you know, you could lose a fight. You can get beat up for 12 rounds, and then out of nowhere, you just throw one shot, and it's game over. That's why the heavyweight division was
You're breaking up again. Hold on, Bermane, you're breaking up again. Yeah, you're breaking up. The connection's like it's sounds like you're underwater slightly. Well, I know you're not.
Yeah.
No.
Try something. What about now?
Bit better.
Good.
Yeah, try. Okay. So would you personally be interested in fighting Andre Ward?
I mean, at this point, nowadays, when you look at McGregor that comes in and make money with that much money with Floyd, I wouldn't care to fight for. I wouldn't care to fight Scooby Doo for that amount of money. Obviously, I mean that's what it's about.
It is.
You know, McGregor don't know nothing about boxing and has no experience in the boxing ring, and he's making over $20 million. You know, it's his first boxing. So at this point, if the dollar is right, why not?
Okay, the dollar's right. Bermane will face Ward. Okay, next question.
not, I'm not just talking about. I'm like at this point nowadays in right now.
So wait,
you can fight anybody.
Wait, so you're suggesting
anybody
possibly you'd fight a UFC fighter then, like a John Jones versus Bermane Stiverne then?
In my world, yeah, I wouldn't go in their world. That's just like me. Why would I go in their world? I get crushed.
But hold on. Ray Mercer went in that world. James Toney went in that world.
Right, and look what happened. James Toney, I mean, he didn't even have 5 seconds to think. They jump on his leg, choke him down, and choked him.
So, and Riddick Bowe tried something like this as well.
Who?
Riddick Bowe.
I think so. Ray Mercer, Riddick Bowe. I think even Shannon Briggs did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't change that.
Okay.
Even though I started with kickboxing, but I mean I haven't kickboxing in 100 years, so I'm not gonna change that. I don't know anything about that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Now, I mean, now, don't get me wrong. If I had 100 million to
breaking up again. Bermane? You there? You're breaking up. Can't hear you all. Bermane's on the move at the moment. That's why the connection's cutting in and out.
Hello?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. All I'm saying is for any kind of ridiculous money, I will cross that bridge.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. It'll have to be ridiculous money. Okay. How do you feel about your mate Povetkin finally passing VADA?
He passed VADA?
He did.
I don't think he did. I think he went to thing now.
Breaking up again. I didn't catch the first bit of your answer.
I think they took him out of the WBC ranking. Now he's on the WBO, I think.
But he supposedly people saying he's finally passed VADA 7 months too late.
I mean, it's just a matter of time. They're gonna catch him again.
Oh dear.
I mean, no, but if he got caught one time, okay, you would have said okay, but that's not the first time. That's like the third or fourth time.
Oh dear. All right, fine.
He's a drug addict.
Oh dear. All right, Bermane. Right, next question. Question here from Frank Steen. Frank says, "How do you can you ask Bermane Stiverne game plan going into the fight? Is he going to stand in front of Wilder, or is he going to wave the right hand this time and take away Wilder's right hand? Then he's nothing." What are your thoughts?
Anybody that followed me in the amateur days, that would be my answer. Just go in and all I can say is it's not gonna be anything like the first fight. And people must remember that the first fight, that is not how I fight. The first fight, I wasn't feeling good. I was this close to call the fight off. I didn't. I still went and fought sick, even though I was like I said, I was very close to just call the fight off because of how I felt. But
Okay.
the second time we fight, it will be a different me, and it will be not different me. It will be the real me. That fight, I'll be able to do what I want to do.
Michael C asked the question, Bermane, would you come to the UK to fight?
I'll go anywhere to fight. One of my if I went to Russia, I will come to the UK and fight.
Okay. Well, I'll be looking forward to it when it happens. What will you do differently in the rematch you didn't do in the first fight? Asked Jordan Anderson.
Take care of my health. Make sure that I'm healthy and obviously hydrated.
Okay. Let me think. Why do you think Wilder has not signed the contract and this fight has not been signed, sealed, and delivered yet? Asked.
I don't really know what they have going on or care about what is going on. As long as as long as the fight is on, that's all I care about. I don't really worry about what he has going on.
Wilder was recently caught in possession of some marijuana, saying it wasn't actually his, but it was somebody else. Your thoughts on that? You're breaking up. Hold on. You're breaking up.
I would say the same thing.
What's that?
Blame it on somebody else. Why not?
So you think it's him then?
Come on now. They don't take a genius to you know. How do you who do you know that he said that I heard that he said that he left town. Somebody got into his car, or somebody was using his car, and something like that. When I go out of town, nobody use my car. So I don't know. Listen.
So in terms of dates, I know I can't. I mean, when can we actually? When do you think the fight will happen? Round dates: July, August, September, November, December, January.
I would say falls between August, September, on that area.
August, September.
That's
Okay.
what like.
Is there a time limit on when Wilder must fight or vacate?
Excuse me?
Is there a time limit as to when Wilder must vacate or sign to fight you?
At some point, yes.
Is there a time limit within the contract?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's on the contract. I think it's more so of the WBC rules.
So what does WBC rules? What's the rules in terms of mandatories?
This is something I would have to go and look up.
Okay.
But I do know there is they have a rule on that.
Okay.
On that matter. You know.
In terms of staging the fight, you know, we've got Golovkin and Canelo down in September. Is the fight being delayed in terms of negotiating where the fight should be down to other pay-per-view events, or has that got nothing to do with it?
What do you mean by that?
Well, because there's other big fights going on around in September. Has that got anything to do with it? Of course, you've got McGregor and Mayweather been announced as well. Golovkin and Canelo, Garcia and Broner, Dr. Tito. I mean, so I mean, does that affect when your fight gets announced?
No, I don't think so. Why would it affect? I mean, I think the fans or that love boxing or all they want to see is, you know, boxing fights, matches. So I don't think it outweigh the other ones. If you look at Canelo and Golovkin, they fight in September 16th. Is that it?
Yes.
And a couple of weeks before, you have Floyd that fights on August. What, 2 weeks before? 3 weeks before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Floyd fights McGregor. That came and just overshadowed or covered that Canelo fight. But once Floyd is done fighting, you know, Canelo is coming back up to life, and it's a good fight. Whoever gonna watch Floyd is still gonna watch Canelo. Now,
okay.
if you were to say they're on the same night, now that would be a problem, and
okay,
it will be an issue, but it's not.
Okay, so how much of a chance is there of you fighting in Alabama as opposed to Las Vegas or New York?
I'll be quite honest with you. I don't really care where I fight. Whatever it's Alabama, I'll fly to Alabama.
You'd fight in Alabama?
In a minute, in a heartbeat.
Okay. I will have to come back to you about this because people keep digging me and saying it to me. So I'm going to keep on. I have to come back and say to you again about your inactivity. People are concerned that you're not going to have been prepared enough to fight Wilder in a rematch, and that's going to be your downfall.
People must understand that I'm not fighting somebody that I never fought before. I'm fighting somebody that I know very well.
Okay.
We did 12 rounds, and the worst night of my career, you still couldn't knock me out, and still couldn't put me away. So if it was somebody that I didn't know or never fought, of course the tune-up would have been relevant. But the way I feel, and I'm well rested. I feel good, and the fact that I know him so well, I do not believe that I need a tune-up. Any other fighter that I don't know or never fought or been in front of course it would have been important for me to be busy or
okay,
you know, and also you get into a tune-up fight, you know, you don't want to worry and get injured and get into those all kinds of different things, and that could jeopardize the title fight as well. But I do believe that because I know him so well, it's not, and to be honest, it's not somebody that improved his skills since he fought me. Because to be honest, he got worse since we fought.
If you listen to some people in the press and the media, they think that Wilder beat you easier the second time round, but yet you're saying he has improved. And well,
Well, I mean, these kind of quote or comments don't even bother me, especially when it comes from people that never laced the gloves in their life. So it don't really do nothing to me.
Okay.
They really don't. Just
What's-
when I fought Ariola for the first time, I didn't fight for a year. I didn't fight for 19 months or 18 months because of my injury, and then I fought Ariola, and I was supposed to get knocked out. I didn't get knocked out. I mean, I went in there after 19 months of on layoff, and went in there and won the first fight.
Okay. Okay. Do you understand the criticism of you when people say, "Well, Bermane didn't fight anybody. He hasn't fought anybody since the first fight. Why are we seeing this fight again?" Do you understand why some boxing fans are resentful of this rematch?
Listen, I was supposed to fight in Russia. The fight didn't happen. Hey, and since the fight didn't happen, so they gave me the spot. It's not like I was sitting there. I got prepared. I got 12 weeks of preparation for Povetkin. Unfortunately, he cheated, and that didn't happen. So they gave me the fight. They gave me the spot. Um, I mean, that's how it happens.
Fair enough.
So what else? What else can I say?
It's not
If
much.
they if they would have ordered me to fight somebody else for the fight, I would have fought somebody else. But they didn't do that. So they gave me the the spot, and I took it. But then again, I mean, I embrace criticism from people from fighters, from other fighters, from people that knows boxing or been hit in their life at least one time. I'll embrace any kind of criticism. All the other stuff and people that just read boxing on the book or watching boxing on TV but never know what it takes to get ready. Never know that you gotta leave your family for months. Never know that you go through all these kind of bullshit, just to get a fight. Because people only see the night of the fight, but 3 months before, 4 months before, or 5 months before, or even a year before, fighters go through something, So people that come and just give me those kind of criticism, it goes right here and it come out. It's funny to criticize and give any kind of opinion, but at the end of the day, it don't really matter because you don't know what I go through, and you don't know what other fighters go through. You see what I'm saying?
I totally
So
understand that.
people always allow themselves to give any kind of uh, 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 opinion about this fighter and that fighter. The fighter might be a good fighter, but because of so much that happened before the fight, psychologically, he's not there and he's unable to perform. And then, they're going to call him a bomb and this and that. But, people go through stuff, fighters go through stuff. We put our body into pain and suffering and our mind. And we got to stop. You can't eat this. We can't go there. We can't do a bunch of stuff before the fight, but people don't understand these kind of things. So that's why I'm saying, from another fighter, from a fighter to another fighter, somebody could call me a bum. He's a fighter. Hey, that's his opinion, but I'm okay with it because he actually was a fighter. That's just like me. I don't know. I don't know anything about golf. I can't talk about Tiger Woods or tell him that he should have done that. And I don't know nothing about it. you can give criticism, but at some point, you know, it stops. You know,
Of course.
you can't really, you know, criticize somebody, especially if you don't know anything about the actual sport or the discipline that that person is actually into. But hey, you know, that's the world we live in. You know,
See,
what can I say?
one of the reasons why I reach out to you as soon as I hear these stories going around is because I'm aware that a fighter does spend so much time in the gym, getting himself prepared, you know, and the stuff that's being pulled away from your family, all the stuff you need to do to prepare for a fight. The last thing you want to be hearing is all this stuff in the media and all these rumors about potential
That's
other
what I'm saying.
That's
That's
why
what I'm
I
saying.
you, because it's not nice.
I know a lot of fighters that you know, sensitive per se.
Mhm.
They give their all into the gym, and they give, like, when I say all, everything they have. They're trying because they want to, and they want to succeed, and they want to be great. They want to win a title, and then next thing you know, oh, he's a bum. But what gives you the right to call him a bum? The man is putting his blood, sweat, and tears into what he believes and into what he loves. So what gives anybody the right to call anybody a bum? That is so not cool. Like, it's not really cool. I don't care for it. You know what I'm saying? That don't hurt me. Things like that don't hurt me. You know, you know. So it don't really bother me. But I'm just, when I hear things and when I read things, yeah, I'm just like, wow, okay. You know, people, like, you know, sometimes you miss kids' birthday, you miss funerals,
Yep.
you miss, like, events that, you know, people that don't fight, you know, you go to any kind of parties, you celebrate with your family, Christmas, Valentine's, all kinds of holidays.
Sacrifice.
But
They
but
don't understand
but
sacrifice.
that's what I'm saying. But boxing is the only, I would say, sport that we don't have a season. You got a season in hockey, football. Well, we don't have no season. It's a 365 days a year. You see what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not like, okay, it's from September to, like, July. That's the boxing season, and then July from September we off. There's no time off for us.
Absolutely.
So you could have a fight. You could have a fight. Let's say December 28th. If it's December 28th, that means that all your family gonna get together at Christmas, and you won't be there because you're in camp. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that, you know, most people don't understand, that fighters go through, and some fighters are stronger psychologically than others, and others are not. And, you know, it's very unfortunate to have people fans that would, you know, give, you know, criticize fighters. I'm saying what would be good. It would be okay if you criticize me. You should be able to give me, like, both sides of. You should play both sides. You want to tell me what I can't do, but also tell me how I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That would be good. That
It's called
I
constructive
accept that.
criticism. Well, yeah, constructive
Right.
criticism.
You know.
But in the world of boxing, constructive criticism comes from very few.
Exactly. So
And
it's
I want to make a point here, and something I'm sure maybe you'll agree on. There is a big difference. Now, if you've never been hit with a body shot, or you've never been hit on the chin, or you never had to do the training to prepare for a fight,
you would never know. You would never know how it
you
feels.
just don't know. But if you've been in there, if you've been hit with a punch, if you've been hurt, if you've been hit with a body shot, if you sparred when you didn't want to spar, if you trained when you didn't want to train, if you wanted to go to party and you couldn't go to party because you were in training camp.
I was just watching this fight the other day. It was a long time. But it was George Foreman. It was an HBO fight. It was with George Foreman. What's the other guy name? Jim Lampley.
Yep.
And Larry Merchant.
Right.
That was commentating the fight. And then George said something that he's hurt and he's about to go. And then Lion Merchant had the audacity to challenge one of the greatest heavyweights in the world, George Foreman, to tell him to be quiet because he don't know what he's talking about.
Oh no, I remember that. I remember that.
And I was like,
what?
Not because you've been around so long around boxing that you know boxing. George Foreman saw the shot hurt. Who was it? I think Roy Jones was fighting somebody, and then he hit him, and then Foreman said he's hurt, and the next round he won't go to the because they're gonna stop at the next round. And then Merchant was like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And then guess what happened?
Next round stopped.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's these type of people like Larry Merchant reminds me of these kind of people. So because he's been around boxing for so long, but that don't you don't know. You don't know what goes through our head when we get hit and it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And many times you're like, oh, you get hit, and it's not something that you could describe or explain. You have to live that moment.
I've got to stop you just for a second, Bermane, because we've got somebody in the room who's a dear friend of mine, Mr. Boxing Today. Shout out to Mr. Boxing Today. Covers all the heavyweights in the heavyweight division. Mr. Boxing Today, have you got any questions for Bermane Stiverne? But he actually mentioned, he says that Mr. Boxing Today mentioned about the thing that all fighters, all fans seem to call fighters bums. They're quite happy with doing that.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. But I just let these comments I just let them go over my head. I can't be hurt by that or just like I know a lot of fighters that I know, friends of mine.
You're breaking up, or you sound distant.
I know a lot of fighters that I know.
You're breaking up, Bermane. You'll have to start again. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know a lot of fighters. Maybe they post a picture or just put a post up on their social media, and somebody would put something negative, and they would like, oh man, why you said that, and that bothers me, and they're very hurt by it. So I know a few friends like that, but me, I don't. It doesn't really hurt me.
Okay, I've got Mr. Boxing Today says ? Stiverne Wilder 2 September.
Is that a question or?
Well, Stiverne, Mr. Boxing Today says Wilder versus Stiverne in September ?
Dot.
TBC, is it right?
I don't know. I know he's still attached to Showtime. I think he owed them a fight or two or something like that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But so I'm not. I can't really because I don't know the contract he signed with Showtime, but I know he owes them a fight or two.
Okay, right. Yo, Ingram, prolific genius. Bermane is still Wilder's hardest fight to date. Also, he was drugged in the first fight. Deserves a rematch. I didn't say it. This is somebody else thinks that you were drugged in the first fight.
I talked about that before. I used to think that I used to think that was fairy tale, you know, stuff like that. But I always said that from the minute I checked in the hotel. Start getting dizzy and all kinds of things happening.
That you did say.
But I can't point fingers and say anything about that because I don't have any
Evidence.
evidence, you know. So
Okay. Wilder is still attached to Showtime and owes them 2 fights.
well, I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. So I knew he owed him a fight or two. So I guess whoever said that is knows more about it than me.
Okay. I'm not going to keep you much longer, Bermane. Every day I'm seeing you on social media training. What is the hope of you training?
I mean, it's all about getting ready the right way. That's the most important thing, getting ready the right way. So that's what I'm doing. Um, you know, there's a lot of different exercises, a lot of different workouts that I'm doing. That's to my advantage. So I'm loving it.
Okay.
You know, I just look at the result. I can see the result. I can feel the results. So I'm very happy with those workouts.
Okay. Are you happy with your promoter, Bermane?
Excuse me.
Are you happy with your promoter?
If I'm happy with my promoter,
Yes.
we don't have any issues. We don't have any issues. I still believe that Don is the best. Everybody knows that he made the blueprint for all these promoters today. Whatever they're doing today, we all know where it comes from. It comes from the master. He made the blueprint for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's getting older. Um, you know, but what I can say right now, so far so good. Despite what people thinks of him,
Okay.
you know, um, but I was him back then, or him with other fighters, uh, if that's the truth. But when it comes to me, my relationship with him is nothing like that.
Fantastic to hear. I'm not going to talk to you about the big baby Miller thing. We've covered that a million times. We talked about Varda. We talked about your thoughts on Povetkin. If you're late coming into the show, go back to the top of the video. It'd be great. You can find out what Bermane's thoughts are on Varda and Povetkin. Would you ever fight Povetkin, by the way?
Excuse me?
Would you ever consider fighting Povetkin in the future?
I consider to fight anybody that's clean.
Pardon? Bermane? Don't know if we've lost Bermane there. But yeah, we've covered the big baby Miller thing. We've covered previous interviews with Bermane. We've covered the situation with Povetkin. We've covered potential dates of when Bermane will face Wilder. We've covered his thoughts on the Wilder fight. We've covered his thoughts on sort of Conor McGregor and Mayweather. Adrian Broner. Actually, your thoughts on Errol Spence Jr. and his win over Kell Brook?
The greatest fighters today. I told you. I've been telling people before the Olympic Games that boy is going to be the future superstar, the future world champion. And my favorite fighter. He's my favorite fighter today.
Errol Spence.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Like, I'm a real fan. If I'm a fan of one fighter, it's him.
Yeah, when I met his trainer Derek James. We did a live interview together, and he said to me that Bermane Stiverne is a big fan, a massive fan of Errol Spence Jr. I said, I didn't realize that. He said, yeah. So next time you get him on your show, talk to him about Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah, that's my favorite fighter.
Mr. Boxing today was asking if we covered Ward versus Kovalev. Indeed, we did. We did speak about Ward Kovalev. Because people might be late coming into the room, we spoke about that as well. I think I think we've covered all areas. Talk about potentially Klitschko fighting Joshua in a rematch. Is that something you'd want to see? Is that something that should happen?
Not really. But, if there's a rematch, I'm assuming the purchases are very magnificent. So,
The fight may happen in Nigeria.
If there's a rematch, I'm pretty sure it's because of there's a lot of money involved.
Okay. What do you make of Klitschko saying he is the main man in his corner, not Jonathan Banks? He's the trainer. He trains the trainer.
I wouldn't say that's a lie.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, there's something you could, like, body language. When Emmanuel Stewart was there, Stewart was the trainer.
Yeah.
And, since he was there, it's different.
Just a final question. Are you looking for any sparring partners, as Mr. Boxing Today has offered his services? He's got a good 4 rounds in him. He's 6'5", 230 pounds. Would you be interested?
Anything is possible.
So, Mr. Boxing Today, if you want the work, Bermane says anything's possible. Bermane, is there anything else you have to say before we end our interview?
Not really. No. Everything is
covered.
I mean, of course, say thank you to the fans. The fans are incredible. People that support me. Say thank you, but I can't. But thank you to all of them, and just sit tight. We're about to make history.
And a final word on just for anybody who's just coming into the room, yourself and Deontay Wilder is on. That's the fight that's going to be happening, regardless of the $3.5 million that the UK promoter offered to Deontay Wilder.
Right. Well, Eddie Earns is Eddie Earns. Oh boy. He's a. You know what? I would like to meet him. I saw him before when Bellew fought Adonis Stevenson.
Yes.
But I never actually met him. I would like to meet him and
have a conversation with him.
No, I just want to shake his hand. And look as I'm shaking his hand and look at him straight in his eyes. He's a entertaining man. He's very entertaining.
Listen, that is something I would pay to watch. You learn that camera right next to it and record the whole thing. I'm sure a lot of people love to listen to that conversation.
That's a hell of a man. He made an offer to Wilder, and supposedly that I was supposed to fight Dylan White as well. Let's remember that he put that out there that I was supposed to fight White.
Yep. He also put out there he knew about your purse bids before they were even made or announced. He knew the purse bids.
And he paid me twice.
Yeah. And he offered you twice the amount of money.
Well, I was supposed to get twice of what twice he was giving me. Very interesting.
Pinocchio returns. I've got a question here. I've got to ask you, what's the weight? What's your current weight and your target weight?
Right now, I didn't check my weight. The last time I checked my weight, I was at the highest 50s. I am going to go down, but I'm going to go down to where I feel comfortable. I don't want to look at no numbers. Really.
Okay.
As long as I am comfortable, and that's all that matters.
Mr. Boxing Today asked the question, if Wilder somehow doesn't happen, will you fight again this year?
It's what?
If the Wilder fight for some mysterious reason falls through, will you fight again this year?
No, ain't no mysterious reason. No mysterious reason. None.
I can't wait until you guys do your press conference. I really can't. I really am looking forward to it.
Boy. I've been doing a lot of yoga just to be at peace and let's just say whenever that is, it will be like the 4th of July.
I can guarantee you're going to be asking for your money back from that yoga. Whoever's doing the yoga at the moment for you, better take the money while they can, because you're going to be asking for your money back for sure. Refunds. Bermane Stiverne, thank you so much for talking to BWTM, and we look forward to you coming back on the show to announce the fight. We really look forward to that. Thank you so much, champion.
Can't wait.
Take care, Bermane.
Thank you.
Thank you, champ. So there you have it, live and exclusive on BWTM. Bermane Stiverne confirming that the fight is on between himself and Deontay Wilder. This is 100% sure on. Mandatory means mandatory. Mandatory does not mean voluntary. Mandatory means you must face. You must face the challenger, the number one challenger. So for all Deontay Wilder's talking at the moment, Joseph Parker has a mandatory against Hughie Fury. That's in September. And Joshua has a rematch with Klitschko lined up. So that leaves Stiverne and Wilder to fight again. If I were to put my money on it, I'd look towards September for that fight to happen. So you've heard it here. And Bermane will be back to confirm the date and time of when that fight will happen exclusively on BWTM Sports. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our news channel, which is in the description box. And also don't forget to subscribe to our gaming channel. For all you gamers out there, check out the channel. This has been Ingram Jones from BWTM Sports Live. We're out. Thanks for watching.